Yo, what is going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clockmaster. Right now, we're going to be talking about Birds of Prey, directed by Kathy Yan. So, this is going to be a movie review, which I haven't done on this channel in a while. It's so weird, man. Like doing movie reviews. I'm always doing reactions and stuff, and I miss doing movie reviews. I haven't done a car review in a while because I haven't been going to the movies a lot. I haven't had the time as much as I used to. But my channel does cover movies, so I should make the effort to go to the movies more, guys. Even if it's a movie that I don't want to see, I probably should just go and watch it anyway, just to give you guys a review. So let's talk about Birds of Prey. I'll share my thoughts pre-movie, during the movie, after the movie. I'll just give you some pros and cons here and there. It's gonna be a movie review. I'll talk about some other surrounding controversies, I guess, on this movie, but I won't touch too much on the movie. But Birds of Prey, for those of you guys who don't know, is like literally taking place after Suicide Squad. It's following Harley Quinn. She kind of does this narrative thing, kind of like a Deadpool kind of thing, which I thought was pretty cool in this entire movie. Kind of does like a Deadpool kind of thing, fourth wall breaking thing, which, you know, I thought was interesting. Interesting take, and she's being all narrative and introducing some of the characters from Birds of Prey, which I'll get to in a minute. But before this movie came out, reacting to the trailers, if you guys saw my reactions to them, if you're new to the channel, go check them out and check out my reaction to Birds of Prey. But before this movie came out, my reactions were kind of like, okay, that was cool. That shot was cool. Okay, maybe that kick that she did was cool, or that was cool, but that was pretty much my reaction during the whole movie, for the most part. So I'll just start with like my initial reactions during the movie. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, Harley Quinn doing some stuff, some rated R stuff, which I thought was really cool. But it's not as hard R as the animated series, which is awesome. But you know, it kind of takes a little hint of that type of texture and feel of that animated series. But my thoughts during the movie, I'm sitting there and I'm like, and this is not, and I forgot to say this in the beginning, guys. This is going to be completely spoiler free. I'm not going to give any spoilers in this review. Maybe I'll do a spoiler review later and schedule to post later or something like that. But during the movie, I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of fun. It's funny. And then there's certain parts of the movie where I'm just like, okay, I don't know where this is going. What's going to happen? What are we going to see? And then next thing you know, an action shot, which I'll talk about. The action shots just come out of nowhere. Boom, 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 left and right, hitting you in the face with it. And the action shots bring you back into the movie. Where there was dull parts in the movie, when certain parts are kind of slow and dull, the action sequences kind of brought back more life to it. And I feel Margot Robbie does an amazing job as Harley Quinn. Like she delivers. She 100% delivers. She carries this movie, I feel. Some of the actors in the movie, I don't know if their script was kind of messed up. The cop who was the cop, I forgot her name, man, because I'm not too familiar with the Birds of Prey comic book stories. But the cop, she's just like, she was kind of annoying the way how she talked, and I think they did that on purpose. I feel after with something that happens at the end of the movie, which I feel they sort of might have done that on purpose with how the way she talks. Henry Ventress, Huntress. You know, some of the other characters are kind of, Black Canary, her character, Dinah Lance, was very intriguing. I actually found it a lot more interest in her character. Just because, you know, it was a lot of mystery surrounding her and how she acted her role. And how she acted her role was fun. It was nice. And as I said, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie like steals the show with the movie. She does this. Ewan McGregor, let's talk about him for a little bit. Black Mask. I will say this, for a lot of Black Mask fans, I don't know too much about Black Mask to really care enough, and I know that may come as a shocker to you guys. I'm not too familiar with Black Mask. I'm gonna be honest with you on that one. I'll take an L for that one. But I can't tell if Ewan McGregor represented the character properly or not. I can't really tell. But what I can talk about is his performance. Now, his performance as Black Mask, I feel, was really good. He was one of those villains that were like, okay, he's psychotic in a weird way. He's a germaphobe. He's like this kind of, you know, his performance is just really good, and that's what I got from it. And like I said, I don't know if he represented the character right. I don't know too much about the character from his comic book origins to really say if Ewan McGregor really like represented him properly. But I feel like his performance was solid. It was fun. It was scary at times. Sometimes a little overly comedic, not as intimidating enough in certain scenes where I feel like it needed to be more intimidating. When he had the mask on in certain scenes was pretty dope, but like a lot of it, like some of it was like 50-50 his intimidation level. Like it wasn't like, whereas, and I'm trust me, I'm nowhere going to compare any of this stuff to Joker and Joaquin Phoenix, because that movie was golden. Joaquin Phoenix's performance was golden, so I'm not even going to compare this to that, but I will compare it to some of the other DC movies. So I feel like it stands well with the recent DC films, how they've been coming out with Shazam and Aquaman, and I feel like it kind of fits. But then again, it's sort of its own thing, because the movie breaks the fourth wall. It's like the Deadpool of DC. It kind of had that feel of it, and it was fun. It was literally, I really liked Margot Robbie. She really held the movie on her own. Now, cons, like I said, some cons for me was just some of the pacing issues and some of the way how they handled the narrative and the script for certain characters. I was just like, I wasn't feeling it too much. That was just more my thing. Now, this is not my con, but I'll bring it up and I'll talk a little bit about it, because I don't want to talk too much about it, but I will bring it up a little bit. But I normally don't like to listen to audience reactions when I finish a movie review. I kind of like to just stay in my own space and keep my thoughts to myself, unless I'm seeing that movie with someone else, which I went with this movie by myself. But if I'm seeing that movie with someone else, then I like to kind of share with them, and we kind of talk about it because we're going to do a review together. But normally if I'm by myself, I don't like to share my thoughts or hear other people's opinion on it. But I figured, you know what? I said, you know what? This movie has me feeling like, you know? Let me ask some people around me what they feel about the film, and I will kind of bring it up. So I asked a few guys around me that were sitting on my left and on my right, and I asked this one guy. I'm like, hey man, did you like the movie? What'd you think about the movie? Man was like, man, yo, it's extra feminist stuff, bro. Woman empowerment stuff. I wasn't feeling it, bro. Nah. And he just kept shaking his head. And I asked him, I was like, okay. I was like, is that your only issue with the movie? He's like, yeah. I was like, but what you think about it? He's like, oh, I mean, besides that, I liked it. It was good. I liked it. You know, action was cool. I liked it. I was like, what? And I asked this other guy, these other two guys on my right, I asked them, like, what you guys think about the movie, what you feel? And they were like, I liked it. It was funny. It was cool. Now, I want to address the woman empowerment thing. I don't feel like this movie was like superly woman, like it definitely screamed woman empowerment, but I feel like it did it in a natural and subtle way. I feel like Kathy Yan did a really good job kind of like incorporating, because look, this is the reality, guys. If you're going to a movie called Birds of Prey about female leads, directed by a woman, I mean, come on, you're going to have feminine elements. You're going to have a lot of woman empowerment kind of stuff in it. You're going to have a lot of those tropes in there. Because, I mean, no one's going to try to make themselves look bad on camera. I mean, like, you know, but I don't feel that this movie was over the top, SJW, feminazi, whatever you guys want to say, man. Like, I don't really feel like it's that bad, like that big of a deal. Like, to be honest, for those who know me, I have no issue with women empowerment. Like, I support female leads. I support independent women. I support women who respectfully like to handle things on their own, but can be in a relationship with a man. I respect that. Women who disrespect men or people in general, I mean, I have an issue with that, or like men are beneath me, I have an issue with that, but I don't feel like this movie had any of those types of elements. I mean, I really don't think so. I feel like this movie just held its own, and like I said, I love strong female leads. That's why I really love Wonder Woman. Even in games, when I'm playing games, if there's a choice to play a female lead, I play the female. Like in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I'm playing right now, I'm playing Cassandra. I'm playing as the female, just because I feel like it's really cool to have, you know, like a really, you know, awesome, like, chick that's just beating people up. And I just think there's something cool about that, especially beating up jerks who like to take, you know, and I know women that can literally take down men my size. So I had no issue with the fighting, because some people had issues with the fighting, that, oh, how could these women take down these big men and stuff like that. Like, I didn't see that as a problem. I didn't really have an issue with that, because I thought I see that around me. It's totally possible for women to take down big men if they know what they're doing. And like, again, and I'll mention the action sequences. I really feel like the action sequences was what held this movie together. It kind of had a Guy Ritchie feel, a Guy Ritchie element to it. If you guys are familiar with his movies, the way how he directs his movies, I feel like a lot of the shots were inspired by that, and the way how they choreographed the fights were super cool, man. Like a lot of those the fights in there was one of the best thing. Like I would say maybe it's like John Wick level fighting in some scenes. Some scenes are like John Wick level fighting. But anybody that's telling you this movie's overly feminine and overly woman empowerment, they're just a bunch of wussies that have no confidence in their manhood. I'll leave it at that. It's a bunch of butthurt men, that grown men that are intimidated by women for some reason, and they have no confidence in them, in their masculinity, and they're not safe in their masculinity, and they're not comfortable in their zone. I feel like anybody who's telling you that, that's the kind of man they are, to be honest. But like most men who are confident in themselves, like myself, or people, you know, men who care, who don't really let those things bother them too much, like they're not gonna care about that stuff. Like I don't care about, like if I see, I care that it needs to be shown, like represented. It's just as bad as like people are saying, oh man, I don't want to see too much black people in movies, man. Oh, all this black power empowerment, I can't stand it. All this black people. It's just the same type of thing. Like, why are you getting triggered over it? I mean, like, it doesn't make sense getting triggered over it, y'all. Like, if a woman wants to feel like they need to be represented on screen a certain way, let them do it. Like, it's not a big deal. Stop making it the end of the world. It's not SJW propaganda. Like, whatever. Like I said, I do have an issue if they're like, oh, down with men. I hate men. Men are the worst. Men are the, because that's not true. I don't think I'm a bad guy. So I get upset with things like that, you know? But anyways, I didn't want to talk too much about that stuff. But back to the film. In closing, I will say this. The movie is a solid for me, like a solid 7, 8 out of 10. I definitely enjoyed the flow of the movies. I did have some minor pacing issues and some type of dialogue and script issues I did have. But again, Margot Robbie and the fighting sequences really saved the film for me. So, all in all, like I said, I give it somewhere around there, man. It was an enjoyable movie. It was okay. It was like it was watchable. It wasn't the best DC movie I've seen. It wasn't the best movie I've seen this year so far. It wasn't the best movie I've seen within the last 6 months, and I don't think it's gonna be the best movie that I'll see all year. But it was definitely a watchable film, and I feel like it's 10 times better than Suicide Squad, by like a long shot. So go check out Birds of Prey for yourself, man, and like let me know what you feel. There were some underwhelming moments though with some of the other side characters. That's what I will say. No spoilers. I can't really talk about that without spoilers, but there were some underwhelming moments with characters that I wish was shown more. I wish they kind of had more emphasis on some of the other Birds of Prey. That's still an issue in this film, so that's all I will say. But thank you guys so much for watching my review. I hope you guys enjoyed my basic brief thoughts on the film. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to follow me on my social media right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Go check out Birds of Prey. Come back and let me know what you think. Go over here on Twitter, like tweet at me, let me know what you think about Birds of Prey, and we'll talk about it, man. If you didn't like it, let's talk about it. If you liked it, let's talk about it. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Clockmaster out.